Hold on. Let me see. Why can you not see me? Okay. Namaste. All right. I'm testing this out. I got to test the theory out. Let's see. Because I have court in the morning, so I don't have another device. The computer's not working right. So I'm hoping that me having this plugged in, we can work together to keep my pet safe. So this is just me trying to figure out if it's gonna work for tomorrow. They've broken all my devices. They've stolen all my phones, all my recording devices, everything, my pads, my phones, everything that I had. It was filled with recordings of things that I were gonna need. But so I'm gonna try it this way, keeping it plugged in, and hopefully it'll work. So a couple of I got a couple of messages for you guys. This past weekend, they tried to break into the house. Nobody was here, only me and my pets. It was planned that way. That was the plan. They've been trying to take me out this whole weekend with poisons, repeated poisons in the food. Me and the dogs have been targeted like they're unstoppable. They're unstoppable. They won't. Narcissists don't stop. They don't know when to stop. They don't know how to take accountability for the things they've done, and there's no stopping them. Then no stopping them when they know that they're at their end. It's like, you know, they know they're caught up. They know that they're stuck. They know that what they've done to you, they can't come back from. They're afraid of what you're going to say in court. What you're going to say is the truth. That's it. You're just going to tell your part, what you've gone through. You can't, you know. Hey, hi guys. Hello, my warriors. Thank you for being here. Um, all right. So there's a lot going on. They don't know when to stop. Narcissists don't know when to stop. Psychopathic, delusional, malevolent, covert narcissists, these serial killers, they don't know when to stop. There is no stopping them. When their pockets run empty, there's another life to take. That's all they do. They line their pockets with souls of innocent, beautiful, loving people. It's never the dark ones that are they use the dark ones. Um, so this weekend they tried breaking into the house. I ordered some food, and the delivery man from the Chinese store. My bag always comes open. I know that he's stopping and letting them put stuff in my food. My start, my stomach starts cramping. Can't stop going to the bathroom. Come on, this needs to stop. And then they want to come for forgiveness. They want you to compromise. They want to do all that they can to you, and then they want to compromise. What? Like, that's how delusional and psychopathic they are. They do so much that they can't come back from, but they want you to compromise with them. They're hoping to get one more chance at you so they can infect you. Like you better be on your P's and Q's, let me tell you, because they're gonna try every way possible. And to me it's the bullying. They bully me through my children. They did MK Ultra on my kids, on my granddaughter. This is a narcissist that preys on children. He sedates them in order to take them because he's a weak man. He's a little man. And when I mean little, so he knows he could get away with it because it's so little. And I mean, he couldn't satisfy a real woman with that. So he goes for children. He, the children never have a chance, never have a chance. Because when he puts it in their juice, their food, whatever it is, and the parents go to sleep, he's or the parents going out, or if he's with someone and he's the stepdad, he's their parents going out and he's taking advantage of the kids. He sedates their little juice boxes or their food, and he rapes them, and then he grooms them little by little. He grooms them. I don't know who else to bring this to the attention to. Police. I try to bring it to the court. Like they said, if I didn't have proof of that, like what? I'm supposed to film something like that just to watch to see something like that? I may myself catch a heart attack. Like that's not something I want to see. I don't want to be a part of that. So this weekend they tried breaking the house. It's supposed to be a break. It's supposed to look like a break-in, right? I have nothing. What would you? The house has nothing. It's a broken down house with barely any furniture in it. They burnt out half the furniture. They took it away. It's in a storage somewhere. What are you breaking into? Like I said, it's supposed to look like a break-in. They want to off you, right? Because they want to finish the job. They want to get away. They don't want to give you back what belongs to you. They don't want to give you back what they've stolen, your inheritance, your legacy, what your home. Yeah, there's a home in your name. There's land, there's property. Excuse me. There's assets. They don't want you to have it. They don't want you to have nothing that belongs to you. Meanwhile, everybody else that decided to put their name on this certificate, oh, she's unable or she's on what is for power of attorney. They wanted power of attorney, so they made all kind of accusations and false doctor reports and false this and false that. They false signatures. They did all of that. You saw not one piece of paper. You signed absolutely nothing. You agreed to nothing to no one. And yet, all these cases that have been going on without you, the judge, the lawyers, the probate, everything's going on without you. And that whole case has to do with you. The case is all about you, but you're not even there. Like, not once. I mean, I don't even know how this is even possible. They could let that type of money go to someone just because they say, yeah, she's not well, she's not mentally well, we don't even need to bother with her. Look, I got a whole gang of family and friends that I paid off. I paid all these people to come here to speak lies on someone, and that was enough to say the court to be like, all right, court adjourned, we're gonna just give you the power of attorney to get all her assets, and everybody got a bit. And when I mean everybody, I mean that judge, the lawyer, all of them that were a part of that got paid off. Everybody. Because this is not the way. that this is supposed to go down. These companies are supposed to be trusted with somebody's assets after they pass, and this is how untrustworthy these companies are. That they're like, if this person doesn't know about it, then okay, let's all go through with this, and let's just all get away with what we've done to them. And they everybody decides to take some of their money and put a life insurance. They're passing around your birth certificate and social security, so everybody gets to put a life insurance policy on you, right? And now they're all trying to off you before you get into court. They don't want the court to know the truth, to know what they've been. But I'm saying the court already knows. They know. I mean, if you knew how far they were willing to go and how much they lied and how many people they paid off to get away with this, how far do you think they're willing to go to keep it so they don't have to pay it back? How far do you think that they have to go and they're willing to go to not pay back what they owe? And the judge has allowed them to give them more time to come after you with no help from no one. No one. What do we do with that? So this weekend, while the dogs were going crazy, barking up and down, I was up and down the stairs. I was up to the top of the attic with the other dog. There's one up there. There's one downstairs on the first floor. So there's dogs all on each floor. There's dogs. So while they're barking, we're going. Me and the other pack of dogs, we're going up and down the stairs, figuring out where is it, and what is making the dogs bark. So we're running out the house, looking around. You know, that's what probably came away. That there were so many dogs barking at different areas of the house in one spot. No, they're on each floor of the house. So, like, and the system has allowed this, man. If you think that the government is not in this, there's no way that these hospitals will get away with so many unalivings, and they're getting like bank for everybody that they take out. That these hospitals and these doctors and nurses and these psych units, that they all have a hand in. These funeral parlors, the ones that do the cremation, these crematories, they all have a part in this. Everybody's getting paid. Everybody. Family members that are taking out other family members. It's the worst part. It's the worst part. Because it's people that you love, that you thought loved you. How do we get through this? It's heartbreaking. And that's what they want. They want to tug at your heartstrings. So that's why they constantly trying to kill what you love the most. Your children, your grandchildren, your pets, your spirit. They want it all. They want your soul. They can't have it. And they can't have it. And they're mad because they can't have it. Because you won't let them in to have it. And you're not going to. You know what you've dealt with. Why would you go back? All that they've done, the bullying, all the narcissistic acts. Why would you go back to that? What kind of bullying in this world could make you go back to these monsters? You tell me. Because I know I will never go back. I'm moving forward all the way. I'm going all the way. I'm not giving them a chance. So, this is going to be my new recording device. So, we're going to see how this goes. For now, I'm gonna go walk the dogs. I'm gonna leave this on. I get scared because they poison my water, and the baby comes sometimes, and he goes straight for my water. So it upsets me. So just stand strong, my warriors. The fight it's real. It's real. Don't lose your hope. Don't lose your faith. That's what's keeping you alive. Don't let it happen. I know it's hard. I know it's hard. And I went through all this stress and all the bullying and the anxiety, the poisonings, the attempts on your life. I'm walking my dogs. I don't bother nobody. I stay to myself. I don't bother nobody in the house. I, room. The only time I'm out is when I'm walking my dogs. If I take them for a walk, if I take them for the walk, they have these other hitmen after you, right? I had a black man, a black some black guy following me through the path. Not only did he follow me through the path, but then when we went down to the water, he came down there also. And then there was another tall guy with him. So there was a one, he was about 5'6". The other one was about 6 feet tall, skinny, tall. The other one was about 155, 170. The tall one was about 180, 190. I'm not good with, but I know they were taller than me. I'm 5'3", so they were both taller than me. And they kept walking around me in the park when I was like under the gazebo, eating something with my dogs. So they've sent girl gang members after me. They sent guy gang members after me. He's followed me, Pedro. Antonio Ramos has followed me on the path, all dressed, all in a hood like this, like I'm talking about. He was like this, dressed up, following me like this, in some beat up clothes, beat up shoes, all closed up like this, like I didn't know it was him. And then from there, and then he had two people with him. One looked like an officer, an off duty or already washed up officer, an older guy, and about his age, so in his 60s, 50, late 50s, 60s. Yeah, I'm gonna say in his late 60s. And then another woman with him. She could have been the psychiatrist that they're trying to say, oh, look, that they were with a family gathering. No, we weren't. They followed me on the path. And then as I was, dogs rested on a rock. We just sat down on a rock for a little bit on our walk. The older man just stood in front of us and he waited until we were leaving. So when we went to walk off, then the woman got up from, she was about 10 feet ahead of me, and she got up and grabbed her jacket, and then she's videotaping as I'm walking forward. So I see him in front of me, and I took my dogs and we ran by him. So she turned around, like videotaping, like we're walking together. These are the these are the antics that they do. Like they're actually doing scenes, like movie scenes, dressing and making scenarios, try to make a scenario look like what it is when it isn't. And you got to understand, this man, he's taken the arts in college. He took for acting. So what is he? He's a performer. He puts on personalities. It's what he does. That's his narcissistic act. Is he'll sit there and listen to a conversation about something. Somebody was in the military, and they'll tell them their whole life story. This man will now take on that whole persona, that whole personality, and tell that story to the next person like it was his. This is what they do. They sit there and they watch you, and they take on your personality, and they want to go through life as you, to get away with everything they've done to you. They've signed your signature. They've they've got, if they've gotten any kind of like texts or anything, they answer those texts like they're you. So your old phone, your old the old phone number that you were using, and they cut you off. They put it on a new phone. So they're taking on all those phone calls and all those texts that should be coming to you. They're going on your old phone number, and they're responding like if they were you. This is what a narcissist does. All right, I'm gonna be back. I'll be right back. But we're gonna try this out because and it's not happening. You know, I'm not getting up on my property every day now. Every day he's showing up over here like he. I'm never gonna talk to him. There's never gonna be a reason for me to talk to him. He's looking to try to hurt my children. Listen, him and my daughter have gotten together, and they might just take out one of my grandchildren. Because my granddaughter is starting to bleed through her nose again. And the only time I know that when she does that is when they start poisoning her. So if the system doesn't get to my grandkids, anything happens to them, the government is at fault. Because I've gone to the courts and I've asked and I've told them. I don't know what else to do. They have to do their own damn reports because I'm not the mother. So I can't take her for a doctor's visit to check her for poisonings, for arsenic, for thallium, for different poisonings that they're poisoning her with. And it comes out with different sicknesses. These poisons, they they go different through different bodies or from different person. It gives a different reaction. You guys you know, if the FBI, DEA, all of you out there, and you know this is going on, you are all at fault at this. Because you knew you should have took down these people already. You had all the information that you needed to take down these monsters, these serial killers that are going around putting life insurance policies on innocent people, taking them out through poisons or causing accidents, or not even accidents. These are deliberate crashes and stuff like that that they're doing. And you guys are still sitting there looking for what, one more motherfucking clue? You are all at fault at this. All of you to blame. I've been sitting in the middle of this fire by myself, fighting all these monsters because you're out there and you think that, oh, I'm in a house that I'm safe. Everything I eat is tampered. Everything. Everything that I use, lotion, shampoo, conditioner, anything that I use on my body is tainted. And you've allowed this to go on for this long. For how many years? I know I've been poisoned for over 10 years, being a lab rat, because they work with these labs and these scientists to do experiments on us. And you think that's okay because you're just sitting in the back. You guys are sitting back wondering what's going to take us out. How do we depend on the system when there's no one for me to call? I called the police and the police took me to the psych unit 3 times. So who do I call? When do I get help? You got this group, these covens, these secret societies that are bound by so many, so many, so many hands and so many people that come against one person, one individual by themselves. And they use so many people with the mind control, the MK Ultra. So they put their loving families against them and they don't even realize it. Because I know that my son would never go against me. I know that my daughter Christy, she would never hurt me. My son and my kids were my best friends. They're everything to me. Everything. Everything. I poured every minute, everything that I had inside of me that was good into them. There's no way that they would hurt me. So this man and my daughter, that she was already groomed since she was a baby, this man groomed her, his own daughter. He believes in incest, and he's spreading it around like wildfire. How can I stop that? How can one person, how can one person stop all of this alone with no one else to help? And when we speak up the truth, we got to look crazy. We got to be the crazy one because we're speaking truth. Because we're trying to stop this from going on. We're trying to stop it. And we gotta look crazy. We gotta look crazy doing it. And regardless if we look crazy doing it, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I don't care if they call me crazy. I don't care. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. I'm trying to save my children and my grandchildren. I'm trying to save my family here. Help me. Help me. Somebody gotta help me. So they're still plotting and planning. Don't ever think that's not going to stop until they get picked up, until they're dragged away, till they're in prison, or they take themselves out from the guilt of the lives they've taken, and because they're going to be outed and everybody's going to know who they really are and for what they've done, why they're in jail, why they're going to jail, for being pedophiles, for grooming children, for um, child trafficking, adult trafficking, organ trafficking, drug trafficking. They do it all. And they're all connected. They're all connected. So when someone like me that has no money, I have no strings, I have no one that I can pull strings from. These covens, and there's many hands involved in this. These covens, there's many hands. But look, the card, look, I pick up. Game over. It's game over for them. It's game over for them. It says rumors. There's rumors going around. Verbal abuse, lies, slander, judgment, psychological projection. This is all they want to do. That's all they want to do. says healing frequency, maintain your vibration, generate positive emotions, and shifting eternity. So all we could do is continue to think positive, regardless of what's going on around us. All we could do is positive. Continue to think positive, continue to, do as much positivity and bring as much love and compassion into this world. This world is full of hatred and negativity and ugly things. Like, we need to get together. Like, everyone needs to pull themselves out of this darkness and just bring as much light into the world as you possibly can. You can't let the dark drag you down. You can't. You can't. I won't let them. And they've already killed so much around me. Look, and it's for this. They they don't want you to have that. They don't want you to feel any kind of love. Why do you think they turned your whole family against you with this MK Ultra, with making false accusations and for you? They turned you into a druggie. They turned you into a drug dealer. They turned you into a prostitute. They turned you into like the worst mother, the worst person on earth. Meanwhile, you know that you were the best. You work with divinity. You're doing the divine's work for them, and they're a thief. They want to steal that. They want to steal the love from you. They want to steal your light, your love, your money, your abundance, your stability, your spirit. They want to steal your soul. Okay, and we can't let them. We can't turn into what it is that's coming up against us. So as much darkness as we're in, we are to maintain the light. Don't let them turn you into the dark. Even though this man has turned all my children and my grandchildren against me, the only one I have is my grandson, and he he's the light of my life. My granddaughter is my best friend, and they turned her against me because they know what I did. They did to her. They know that I know what they did to her, and they're turning it into a joke. My daughter was like, "Oh, I was recording you. I heard you saying that I was trying to prostitute my daughter," and I'm going, "Take that to court. Take that to court." Because then they have to prove me wrong. The body doesn't lie. This this man, he's been a pedophile all his life, and he's taken advantage of all of my children, all three of my children, my grandchildren. And in grooming his own children, they're willing to give him their children's to deflower for whatever reason that he gets from them, whatever energies that he gets from a young soul. They're willing to take out their own children for this man. How can I how can I get the courts to understand that? That this is only physical, it's spiritual. How? I know that the courts believe in magic. I know that. In the black magic, witchcraft, brujeria, voodoo, santeria, hoodoo, they believe in all of that because back in the day it's always been like what did they do? They burnt witches, right? Uh, Let me go walk the dog. I'm gonna leave this on because I have to see if this is gonna work for me. So Come on, guys. Let's go do pee-pee. Come on. Hi. Like, I wanted you to see his face. I poisoned him before I came out. This is my daughter making sure that her daughter poisons my dog. Look. Look at his mouth. Look how red. Can you see that? How red his mouth is? His face. It burns out his it burns out his gums. It burns out his gums. Look. Alright. Come, let's go walk. Come on, Tom. Come. Come. Hey guys, see what I mean? They took me offline. That's exactly what's gonna happen. I don't know what to do. I don't know. Let's see. Keep them both on. Let's see if. But I'm trying. I'm trying to keep us alive. You know, the poisons do take a toll on anyone. Keep your prayers up. Do a cleansing. Take a spiritual bath. Some sea salt, little white candle, and some prayers. That's it. That's all it takes. You and your hope and your faith, keep that strong. That's it. That's all that you have. That's igniting anything that's beautiful inside. So that's something you have to keep strong. Don't like. I don't want to tell you. I don't want you to worry when I tell you that the Most High Lord, He has you like this. The universe has you like this, like this. So even when you have to have yourself, you're that warrior. Quit now, and you won't. You're the most thing for them. This is all they do. This is the taunting. This is the bullying, right? My videos barely make airtime. They hide my videos. They give them to somebody else to act as if it's their content. Stealing your content, stealing all your cash apps, whatever donations that you've gotten. When I tell you like over hundreds of thousands of dollars that you didn't get a penny of because people believed in you and knew that what you were saying was true, that you weren't the only one going through almost the exact same scenarios. Everybody's going through it at a different time zone, but we let each other know. Like it could be years ahead of time, months, weeks, days, you know, like hours you work right outside, and all of a sudden, what you just listen to, all of a sudden, it's like appearing to you right there. Like you're starting to see, you're starting to see. That's what we're here for, to open your eyes. Not every pretty smile is a good guy. That's that's the scary part. You gotta trust your soul, and it's so hard when you want to trust everyone, and you get burnt by everyone, everyone, everyone that I've ever helped in my life, everyone that I've ever loved, to turn their back on me. The one that was there for everyone when no one else was. Like you gotta open your eyes to that. Like you got to do your own research because they start turning good people against other good people, their own families. Like, you got to watch that. It's so scary. It comes like a plague in your family like this. Once they grab a hold of one, it's like the tentacles start latching onto the other family members. And there's one main one that can control them all. Somewhat. It's something like that. Because when I tell you that my son did some crazy laughing, he couldn't stop laughing, and he was like almost out of breath, and she turned at him and she was like, calm down. She goes, okay, stop. Like she had to stop it. Like it wasn't him. It was whatever they attached to them. Because it's like they swap out their souls. Like they're no longer them. They don't remember a lot of the things like that. I told him, do you not remember when you got all the flowers for everyone in Puerto Rico? He was like, no. So I knew they took bits and pieces because when he came back, his eyes was dark. Like his eyes was dark. Like he was just dark. They shaved off all his head. He had long, beautiful. I called him my own personal Jesus, because he had that beautiful shoulder length hair, and it was just so beautiful, like silky, beautiful hair. Beautiful. And he took care of it. It was gorgeous. And he would make his little man bun, and it just like he worked so hard for that, for him to come home dark, and then like he even looked like he was mad that he cut off his hair completely, everything. When I say shaved, he was shaved. My daughter, her beautiful hair, her beautiful, yeah, she was starting to lose hair, but it was all dark work. It was all witchcraft for my daughter to have this beautiful thing. Look, you couldn't get rubber band around her head. That's how much hair she had. But all of a sudden, that for her to lose hair, like she wasn't doing anything that was so stressful. Nothing. At least nothing that we knew of. You know. I know that she was going through things in school. But when I tell you, then she came home just like him with her dark eyes and her head was shaved. And my daughter, my other daughter, she comes out and she says, oh, look, she's having a Britney Spears moment. I looked at her and I was like, I can't believe you did that. I can't believe you. Like, you, that's funny, huh? They don't come back themselves. They don't. Fragments, like a shell of what they were. Nothing to say. They come back meaner and they just being controlled. They're being controlled. When I tell you controlled, they are controlled. They will do exactly, it's like they get a phone call and all of a sudden they snap into whatever it is they want them to do or be. And they do it with blank eyes, dark blank eyes, like a blank look. Like it's not them. My son, my son's my ace coon boom, you know. He's my best friend. He took me everywhere. Took me to little car shows and hang out with him sometimes. Just as a friend. Just as a mom. Just mom, come with me. I'll come with you. I'm your backup. He would he would never do what's going on with us. Hand me plates of poisoned food, paint my food. Like I actually caught him. He just threw that stuff all over my pork chop while I was cooking it, and it said shh. Because I turned my back on him and I told him, "Nah, I'm not talking to you. Don't talk to me." Because I know what he did. And he says, "Oh yeah," and then he threw whatever it was on my pork chop, and I was just so mad. I said, "I eat it." The worst part is, you know, you're getting bits and pieces of the video because I could see it breaking up like robot mode. That's what you get. My warriors. Never did I ever hear that this was ever going to be easy. I never heard that. I never heard of us being thrusted into the situations that the warriors are going through. Like thrusted. You didn't expect nothing. You didn't expect all of a sudden everyone threw their backs on you. You didn't expect to be poisoned. All of a sudden you're just having a fine day and they'll see you. They'll take you to your highest just because they know they're going to put that poison at the end of the day in your cup. So they make sure you're going to have the most wonderful day. Did you have a good day? They'll even ask you, did you have a good time? And you having a good time and being who you are, you're like, I did. Yes, I did. I had a really good time. I had fun. Thank you. And then click goes the poison. And they'll wait for you to conk out or catch that heart attack or um, go in pain, like horrific pain. Like some of the poisons that they've given me have given me pain that I've blacked out. Like like you couldn't take everything in your body cramping up at once that you just click, you just out. You think you didn't faint, you fainted. Some of them, yeah, you can't. They'll have you pacing with pain, or have you pacing going to the bathroom, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Because whatever they gave you was to bust your kidneys wide open. So it's every time you step out the room. Like right now, every time I step out the room, and you know the camera went off. You saw that. You saw how the camera went off. So they're ready to turn off my cameras. So I'm gonna see if I do both and see how that works out. But you know that you see how they do it. They're gonna take out both my cameras. So it says they can't hide what you already know. Look what it opens up to. All right. They can't hide what you already know. They want to change your mind to thinking what you know. You don't know. Hey, is it back on? Let me see. Well, you see, that's exactly what's going to happen. That's exactly what's going to happen. That's exactly what's going to happen. Okay? I already know. All right, guys, I'm going to call it a night. So be careful because the poison's going to get even worse. Um, whatever bullying they were doing with me, it's the bullying with the poisoning of the animals. Um, their death, the death of my children, the death of my grandchildren, whatever this coven wants, right? They want to get away with what they've gotten. They're not. They're not. Because whatever they were going to take from me, they took. They took my children's. They took my grandchildren. I don't know how to get them back from this. I don't know how to clear that MK Ultra. I don't know how to do that freaking mind control, fucking abracadabra shit. I pray. Prayer changes things. Prayer changes, whether you believe it or not, prayer changes things. Prayer's been the only thing that's been holding me together. Holding, holding me together here. People say, why don't you leave? I'll be leaving the children in this mess all alone. Even though they've turned them against me. Telling me to turn away. You can't. All right. Namaste, my warriors. You came this far. You got this.